Hello, my name is Matt Burnell, and I'm one of the professional services consultants at Ephesoft. The following tutorial will cover a fresh and basic installation of Ephesoft Transact on a Microsoft Windows Server operating system, how to license Ephesoft Transact, starting the Transact service, and logging in for the first time. The average time to install and start the application is approximately 1 hour. This tutorial has been shortened to accommodate for time. For information regarding the minimum system requirements and best practices when installing Ephesoft Transact, visit our doc site and search for recommended hardware requirements. For information regarding the list of supported platforms, search for supported platforms. For the installation instructions, search for Windows Fresh Installation. If a remote Microsoft SQL Server is being utilized, the SQL tools will need to be downloaded and installed. Search the doc site for installing Ephesoft Transact on a Windows server. The installation covered in this tutorial will involve the following components: an application server, a database server, and a file server, as seen in this diagram. Each server meets the minimum hardware requirements listed on our doc site. This type of installation is best practice when installing Ephesoft Transact. Let's begin the first part of this tutorial by installing Ephesoft Transact. The first step in installing Ephesoft Transact is to make sure the operating system is up to date. The tutorial will be paused as the operating system updates. The server will now be restarted to apply the updates. The next step in the installation process is to install the Microsoft SQL tools. The first thing to install is the Microsoft ODBC driver for SQL Server. Now the other two tools can be installed. Next step in the installation process is to disable the User Account Control Settings, or UAC. The next step is to disable IPv6, as Ephesoft Transact does not support this protocol. If you haven't done so already, this would be the time to download the Ephesoft Transact installer. Please contact Ephesoft or your vendor for a valid copy. Once the installer is downloaded, go ahead and unzip it. Once the installer is unzipped, open an elevated command prompt. Type the following command: msi exec /i, and then the path to the .msi. And hit enter. After the installer has completed an initial check, a welcome screen will appear. Click Next. Accept the end user license agreement and click Next. The installer will begin a check for the UAC, environment variable, and IPv6. The tutorial will be paused during this time. Once the check is complete and the Disable UAC has passed, click Next. Click Next. Click Next to have the prerequisites installed. The tutorial will be paused during this time. The installer prompts for a service login account. This can be a specific account, but for this tutorial, the local system account will be utilized. This can be changed at a later time. Click Next. Now you are prompted for the type of database to be used. For this tutorial, we'll be selecting Microsoft SQL Server. Click Next. Now you can add additional settings for your SQL configuration, such as always on or utilize Windows authentication. Click Next. Now provide an administrator username and the password. Enter the remote server's name at this time. The database names and port could be changed if necessary. Please click Next. The system is now checking to make sure you have access to the database. Enter in user information that will be created to become the database owner of the databases and click Next. This screen's prompting for a open office port. We'll leave the default of 8100. Click Next. For the protocol type, we'll utilize HTTP. Click Next. For user authentication and access, we support 3 protocols. For the purpose of this tutorial, we'll be utilizing Tomcat. This prompt is for the company information of who will be utilizing Ephesoft Transact. Please enter this information. Click Next. This next screen is for the Ephesoft shared folders location. If this is your first install, please use the default of No and click Next. This is for the installation directory of Ephesoft Transact. Best practice is to install Ephesoft Transact on a different directory other than the root drive or the C drive. We will also be installing the Ephesoft shared folders in a different location. Once this information's been inputted, click Next and click Install. The installer will now complete the installation process. This tutorial will be paused at this time. Once the installation is complete, click Next. Select to restart my computer and click Finish. The tutorial will be paused as the server restarts. The next portion of this tutorial will cover licensing the Ephesoft Transact server. To license the application, the details.properties file needs to be provided to the Ephesoft licensing team. That file is located in the Ephesoft installation directory, dependencies, and licensing. Please email the details.properties file to licenses@ephesoft.com. The licensing team will email you a ephesoft.lic file. This file needs to be placed in the following directory: Ephesoft installation directory, dependencies, license util. To install the license file, the install license.bat will need to be ran. Open an elevated command prompt and go to the license util directory. and run the install license.bat. Perform this function twice. And then close the command prompt window. This portion of the tutorial will cover setting Transact up as an automatic service and starting the Transact application. Transact will now need to be set up to run as an automatic service. Open your services on your server and go to the Ephesoft Transact service. Right-click the service, go to Properties, and change your startup type to automatic. If your database server is running locally, please select Automatic Delayed. Hit OK. Right-click and now start your service. Transact will take approximately 5 to 7 minutes to start. This tutorial will be paused at this time. After about 5 to 7 minutes, you can check to see if the server is all the way up. Open up a web browser either on the server or on a client machine and type in the host name, port 8080/DCMA, and hit enter. This will take you to the landing page of Ephesoft Transact. This portion of the tutorial will cover logging in to Ephesoft Transact for the first time. To log in, go ahead and open up the administrator menu, batch class management. Type in the username of Ephesoft, the password of demo, D-E-M-O, and hit enter. Upon successful login, your screen should look like mine. The tutorial covered a fresh and basic installation of Ephesoft Transact on a Windows Server operating system, how to license Ephesoft Transact, starting the Transact service, and logging in for the first time. Thank you for watching.